Hi folks, I had a rare, quick, quiet moment here at a show that I'm doing in Florida. It's March of 2023. I share that with you because, as most of you know, we've introduced our Excalibur. I'm sitting on one right now. We introduced it, this will be the 4th year actually. Plenty of videos I made about it. They're still up. You can still see them from years ago about the geometry, what this bike does differently than other scooters, how it has dual rear wheel drive, and so on, really explaining the bike. Well, the bike has become wildly popular over the course of the last few years. And what I've seen happen and why I'm making this video is started last year. I'm starting to see mirror images, or well, copies and knockoffs of this bike show up in the marketplace. I'm seeing some in retail stores in different colors with a rubber deck. Folks, we don't make a bike with a rubber deck. I actually saw a complete mirror image one with a metal deck in white. We don't make a white bike. Matter of fact, that particular company, they also copied our banner, and their banner looks suspiciously like ours. There's a reason for it. They want you to think that it's a 5-star scooter. That's why they copied our bike as well. Here's what happens. A lot of times people will see us at shows. They know our reputation of quality and customer satisfaction, and they may not have the money right then and there. Because I get this question all the time. Will you be at the Strawberry Festival, or will you be at this event or this home show? And we can't be everywhere, of course, so I would tell people no. Well, a week or two may go by and people may have the money and they go to one of these festivals. And along comes another, wow, hey honey, there's that scooter we saw that we wanted. My gosh, hey, let's buy it now. These companies know this. That's why they show up at these events, okay? If had the customers, or if you do a quick search of the Better Business Bureau on these companies or their Google reviews, you'll find that they either have none or they're poorly rated. Now, most of them don't even have Google reviews. We've got 5 years worth, 6 years worth, I think. At any rate, how can you be a major operator but have no Google reviews? It's funny, I had a customer just yesterday, as a matter of fact, call me about another brand, one of the many. Says, well, how is yours different than this brand? And I, of course, said, sir, we've been doing this a long time. It's a copy of our bike. Check the Google reviews, check the BBB, etc. And he says, you know, it's funny you mention that because I did that. He said, yeah, they weren't rated very well by the Better Business Bureau. They weren't accredited. By the way, if a company's not accredited, it's a red flag. Obviously, if they have a poor rating or have a no rating, it's a red flag. If they don't have Google reviews, years worth, it's a red flag. On that topic, anyway, let me get back to my story. Fella says, yeah, and the guy told me, I asked him, why don't you have any Google reviews? Here was what he was told. The guy said, well, we sell, hundreds at a time to various distributors, and that's why our bikes don't have Google reviews, because we don't do retail directly. Okay, wait a minute. So you sell hundreds at a time to retailers who I assume are selling them to customers, but none of those customers ever wrote a review about you on Google over those hundreds of bikes, good, bad, or otherwise? Folks, it's impossible. It's a scam. Okay. Here's another thing. I'm trying to think of all the scams that are going on now. If a company shows you that they have 5-star reviews, like 4 or 5 of them from the best scooters of 2003 that have a basket.com, .org, .net, there's no such website. It's them, okay? You can start a website for 30 bucks. It's a scam. So a way to protect yourself is very, very simple. This is like a game of whack-a-mole for us. We're trying to not only protect our brand, but protect you, the consumers, because these guys doing a bad job. I can't tell you how many times I have had people come to my booth with a bike that looks similar to our Raptor, which we've had for years. This thing isn't working, this thing blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, sir, it's not our bike. Of course it's your bike. It's black. It's got 3 wheels. Sir, it's not our bike. 5 minutes later, oh, it's not your bike. Yeah, it's not our bike. Okay? So I'm trying to protect our brand as well as you, the consumer. Check the BBB. Check the Google reviews. If they don't have a year's worth of reviews, then it's a scam. Okay? They're not a major operator. It's impossible. So I want to share this with you so that you don't get taken in. Because they know what they're doing. You're not a scooter expert. You were at a fair. You were intrigued by the 5-star scooters, perhaps, and perhaps gratefully wanted to buy them, but couldn't at the moment. Well, you come to another event and you see, oh, there it is, honey. It's a 3-wheeled scooter with a metal deck. And yeah, that's the banner. That's them. That's what they want you to think. So at any rate, I hope this helps. God bless. Take care. Hello everyone, this is Steve. This is September the 4th of 2024. I'm sharing that date with you for a reason, which I'll touch on later. I had mentioned in the first section of this video, in the previous video that I made, which I spliced this together for you with an update, that we don't make a white scooter. That there are copies. I tried to be tactful about it, but here's what's going on now. Fast forward 2 years since I made that video. As you all know, or may know, we came out with the Excalibur. I made many videos about it 5 years ago, and it's been extremely successful. At that time, I made videos not only introducing the scooter, but also about geometry of what a flat deck bike should be, and how the weight distribution should be. Long story short, very simple. This company that sold white scooters, which by the way is not their original scooter, I'll get to that. At any rate, it was a flat deck bike. They actually copied it from a company out of Florida, and I know this to be true because the owner himself told me he did it. Again, I'll touch on that later. And I said, well, why would you do that? Well, at any rate, this was right before I left. Again, I'll elaborate. Be that as it may, that scooter had a flat deck, was shaped like this, and I talked about geometry. This is very tippy, okay? If you pull on the handlebar, it'll come right over. But also, I mentioned that a bike that has a flat deck like that, where it's more heavier in the back, the bike is heavier overall, it cannot be front wheel drive or else you get a lot of tire spin. But when your geometry is off, like ours could be front wheel drive, it wouldn't be as bad, but what you're doing is you're pushing the drive tire further from the weight source, which is exacerbating the problem. You go up a hill, the tire starts spinning, you slide backwards. Well, as I mentioned, we came out with that 5 years ago, did extremely well. Well, the first thing they did was, they must be selling them because they have shocks. Well, then let's add some shocks. Well, when they're this shaped bike here, they just cut the fork here and added a shock. You can't do that, folks. That joint is not meant to do this, okay? It's an accident waiting to happen. You need a tree suspension. Well, when that didn't work, they need foot pegs. They have foot pegs. They like the foot pegs, so they added those. We had undercarriage lights now for the last 10 years. They put Christmas tree lights around theirs, which I, find quite amusing. But be that as it may, you see the pattern here. Well, when that didn't work, they simply copied the bike. Well, fast forward to 2024. By the way, that happened like 2 years ago when I made the video. Fast forward to today, 2024. We came out with our Sparrow, as you all know, at the end of last season, yes, and it has been wildly successful. Well, this company again tried to get their own product in there, bought it, God knows what. It's a square looking thing. It's pretty flimsy looking. You can tell by looking at it, it doesn't look very well constructed, but it wasn't selling very well against our Sparrow. So here's what they did. I got to take my sunglasses off for this one. So they acquired one of our scooter. We've seen this at a couple different shows now. They peeled our label off the scooter and put it in their booth with a sign saying something like either sold or $1,000, okay? Now, why would they do that? Because again, they want people to come in and, well, what about that one? Oh, you don't want that one, all this nonsense. It's a bait and switch, which quite frankly is quite illegal. But be that as it may, what they did, at this show I'm at, I actually told the customer, they had it up there with a sign that says $1,100 or something like that. I gave my credit card to a potential customer, and I said, go over there and try to buy 5 of them. Well, here's what happens. Oh, no, you can't have that one. That one's sold. But you don't want that one anyway. You see the game going on. I laugh about it because it's really quite stupid. The owner's not too much of a genius, but be that as it may, these are very, very easy things to prove. The internet is a wonderful thing. Once things are up, they're always up. That being said, I said I would return to the original scooter and how I knew that they copied this video. This also happened this year. They actually had videos of me in their booth a decade ago. Okay, now stick with me. The show actually told me, we were having a laugh about it, and here's why we were laughing. The guy couldn't get it to, it was sideways, and they couldn't get it to place straight, and he's on the phone with the owner, who's no genius, and it was a whole clown show. But think about it. So what they were doing was saying, see, he used to work for us, which is actually true, a decade ago. Since then, they've been copying our banners. They actually photoshopped me onto the bike, this one I was talking about at one point. When my lawyer sent the cease and desist, they made all brand new banners for all their salespeople and put me on it with another man's head on my body. If I didn't see this with my own two eyes, quite frankly, I wouldn't have believed it. Here's why I shared the date. I said I would explain to you why I shared the date of when I made this video. Well, this company lives on my YouTube and on my Facebook page. Hi, guys. They saw the video that I made 2 years ago mentioning, as an example, be careful doing business with a company that's not accredited by the BBB. Well, guess what happened this year? Magically, they became paid for accreditation. Basically, that happened, well, yesterday, after all these years. I also mentioned about how can you not have any Google reviews, any reviews of any kind? Well, magically this year, they have 150 reviews, all 5-star, of course, that appeared on a very obscure website. Now, if you Google that website to learn about it, you will soon find out it is not Google. It is not a credible website. What it is a website that companies who want to fake reviews can use. You can write your own reviews. You can actually suppress bad reviews, and you can even backdate reviews. So, as of September 4th, 2024, know that you'll start to see changes in their behavior to adjust. It's like a game of whack-a-mole. We got to figure out what the next scam is. I swear, if they put as much effort into their business as they do into deceiving people, they might not need to deceive people. But yeah, you can't make this up, guys. And I joke and say, my belly must sell a lot of scooters is all I know. Well, the truth is, these days, if it did, I'd be a very, very rich man. You know, it must be the big hand, you know. Anyway, this is, you can't make this stuff up. So, just to touch on my experience with them, I was contracted about a little over a decade ago to help them get in the scooter business. They're a housewares company. You know, they don't make scooters. They don't know a damn thing about electronics or scooters. They, in my view, they make pots and pans, sticky brooms, all that. Well, they saw scooters selling very well, and I was contracted to help develop a scooter business and a scooter. Well, I did just that. And easily verified, by the way. Again, the internet never forgets anything. You can Google my name, which is on the website, and you'll see a 4-star review from this company, you know, about this company and me and the scooter. Now, I left in 2016. Look at all the subsequent reviews. They went from 4-star to 1-star consistently. Just a coincidence. That's when they brought in this other bike that they copied from a guy in Florida, you know, as the owner told me. Be that as it may. So this is what's going on. Now, again, the internet never forgets anything. Why would you tell people he used to work for us as if no one's going to ask, why did he leave? I'll tell you why I left. Bikes were breaking, people were getting hurt, they were poorly made. I didn't want my name on them, long story short, okay? And the rest has been history. 5-star has been incredibly successful. Just so that you know, this isn't an interpersonal thing or a scooter thing. You'll see a pattern of behavior. If you just Google, this is not my words, it's their customers' words. The name of their scooter, I don't want to give them free advertising, it's white. For now, they'll probably change the color after they see this video. Followed by the word scam. It comes up immediately. What their customers say about it. It's the very first thing, okay? But to take it another step, because I said this wasn't just about scooters, Google Oklahoma dental scam. What does dentistry have to do with what you're talking about? Just Google it. Or Sunset Swing patent infringement. This is what this company does, okay? One of the other reasons I left, they would instruct me and other salespeople not only to lie to the customers about our product and others, they would say things I'd hear from the owner, just tell them regarding what to tell a customer. And I remember saying, Mr. So-and-so, anytime you start a sentence with the words, just tell them, what's getting ready to come out your mouth next is a lie, okay? But we were also told to go to other businesses that they wanted to knock off and videotape and tape record, steal marketing material. Of course, I'm like, I'm out of here. You know, what the heck's going on here? So that's a little bit of history, give you a little bit of information. We want to protect our brand, we want to protect our customers, but we also want to protect other people, because if someone went to their booth first and didn't see us, oh, that's those scooters we saw those people riding. I wouldn't notice it's white instead of black if I was a person. And of course they say, yeah, we sold it to them, come on in. So that's the game, that's the scam. Just wanted to let you all know, because you know, we want to protect people that, so they don't get taken as well. A lot of them are elderly and people that just don't know anything other than what the salesperson tells them. So that's a bad place to be. Anyway, thank you. I'll keep you posted when I know, you know, and it is what it is. Happy